The senator from Nevada.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask that the quorum call be dispensed with.
Without objection, the quorum call be suspended.
I ask that the pending amendment be set aside, and I call up amendment number 2700.
Without objection, clerk will report the amendment.
Senator from Nevada, Mr. Heller, proposes an amendment number 2700.
Mr. President,
Senator from Nevada.
I ask unanimous consent that the reading of the amendment be dispensed with.
Without objection, so ordered.
Good, Mr. President. Thank you. I'm here today to talk about the Heller-Lee amendment to the flood insurance legislation that we're currently considering. One of my core beliefs in order for Americans to succeed is that regardless of the issue, we need more choices, we need higher competition, and we also need less cost. So let's talk about the NFIP. Right now, the National Federal Insurance Program has a near monopoly on the flood insurance market. In fact, I think if you ask most Americans if they knew that there were other flood insurance policies other than through NFIP, you'd probably get a blank stare. What most people don't know is that since the passage of the National Flood Insurance Act of 1968, private flood insurance has been understood to satisfy requirements and mandates to purchase flood insurance. In fact, when Congress passed the last flood insurance reform package under Biggert-Waters, Congress reaffirmed the intent that private primary flood insurance should satisfy requirements and those of mandatory purchase. Unfortunately, due to the lack in legislative language, there have been pervasive rejections of private primary flood insurance by most lenders. This is due to the fact that lenders are unsure about the validity of private issued flood insurance, despite the fact that this insurance has been issued and accepted in the past. For this reason, I, along with Senator Lee, have worked on an amendment that would provide clarification and hopefully eliminate this uncertainty. The Heller-Lee Amendment provides a simple and clear definition of what is acceptable private flood insurance. Our amendment would define acceptable private flood insurance as a policy that provides flood insurance coverage issued by an insurance company that is licensed, admitted, or otherwise approved to engage in the business of insurance in the state or jurisdiction in which the insured building is located. Private insurers are already subject to statutes and regulations in each and every state. State insurance commissioners are the best regulators to allow and disallow any policy they deem proper or improper, and they have significant ability to assure fair and equitable settlements of claims. Further encouragement of private sector participation in the flood insurance market will help reduce the risk to which U.S. taxpayers are currently exposed. In fact, Mr. President, I'd like to share some statements that I just received from FEMA after I asked FEMA if private flood insurance is a viable tool for some consumers to find lower cost options. And FEMA stated, and I quote, "Private flood insurance would create competition. It is possible some homeowners could find lower cost options for flood insurance as a result of privatized market competition," unquote. So I ask my colleagues to support the Heller-Lee Amendment so that we can give the American public more choices, higher competition, and less cost when it comes to flood insurance. Mr. President, thank you. I yield the floor